A very good evening, Team Zimbabwe, and welcome to Africa and Beyond Television Network. And let us take a look on the trial of Mike Chimombe and Moses Mpofu. It has begun, and we need to take a look on the summary of what transpired in the courts. So, during the corruption trial at the Harare High Court, defense lawyers clashed with the judge as the trial began. Business partners Mike Chimombe and Moses Mpofu are being accused of forging documents to secure a 7 million tender to supply goods to the Ministry of Lands and Agriculture. So this is the initial charge. Right here is highlighted right here. So their crime is to forge documents. So forgery is what they are facing or looking at this point in time. They are denying the charges, and they pleaded not guilty. Justice Pisirayi Kwenda sought to move the proceedings along, but defense lawyers raised objections about the composition of the court and the advanced ages of assessors. Then they also argued that there were constitutional issues arising from the arrest of the accused that needed to be addressed before trial commenced. So there are several issues which they have raised to say this matter is not criminal. It must be civil. It must be a contractual issue in between the Ministry of Lands and accused number one, who is Moses Mpofu. So Mike Chimombe said that he is not part of this matter because he's not a director or he was not involved in any deal with the Ministry of Agriculture, and the only agreement they had was with Black Deck, the company, after it had secured the contract, which means if there was a commission of a crime, they were not involved. That is the position of Mike Chimombe. The judge then expressed that the issues should have been included in the defense outlines prior to the trial, stating that he was taken by surprise. And the prosecution also pointed out that they should have been given notice of the new defense outline when the defense counsel requested to consult. When the defense counsel then requested to consult Mpofu, the judge objected to that. And the lawyer then began reading the defense outline is amended. So, according to the defense outline, Mpofu is challenging the legality, regularity, and constitutionality of his detention. These are the key issues which Mpofu is raising right here. Legality, was his arrest legal? Regularity, what really transpired and what really happened? And constitutionality of his detention, is he supposed to be in detention according to the Constitution? Why is it that he was denied bail? Why is he not being tried coming from home when he presented himself before the law enforcement authorities when he was called to go and be questioned? They also want the Constitutional Court to examine whether the decision to hold Mpofu and Chimombe without bail amounts to a violation of their rights. So this is critical and very important. Remember, Maduku is now part and parcel of this matter and is representing Mike Chimombe together with, I think, with Mugia and Macharaga. And Mpofu's substantive defense revolves around a contractual disagreement between his company and the Ministry of Lands of Agriculture. This is what they are saying. This is the defense of Moses Mpofu. He's saying that this matter, it's a contractual disagreement between his company and the Ministry of Lands and Agriculture. And also, he denies making any misrepresentation to the ministry and states that he did not commit any fraud as alleged. And the defense is arguing that the cancellation of the contract by the Ministry of Lands shows that this matter is a contractual dispute, and resorting to a criminal procedure against Mpofu is wrong, misplaced, and unfounded. So one of the key issues which we raised are that it's not the Ministry of Agriculture which is a complainant in this matter. It is the ZAC responded to allegations on social media this is the argument they are making, that they responded to accusations on social media, and this matter does not amount to a criminal matter. It's a civil matter. This is the argument. But it will be an issue of proof to ascertain whether there was fraud which was involved. Did they ever get involved in any forgery or whatsoever? That is one of the main issues which will need to be found by the court, whether that was committed or not. And also another issue is Mpofu is denying that is not responsible of the day-to-day running of the business or of the company Black Deck, and was not a part of the signatories with the ministry. He is simply a director, but there are other directors, there are other shareholders who make decisions. So maybe there is a team of management as well, which is involved in all those things, and they are not before the courts, which means it's a very difficult case. Honestly, it's a very, very difficult case. If we are to apply the law, it's a very difficult case. You cannot try a director who did not provide some documents or sign for any documents. Also, where was the ministry? Why is it that they didn't authenticate the documents with Zimra? Because right now, you can use several methods to confirm the authenticity of documents with the Zimra, especially when you are from the ministry within the government of Zimbabwe. It's very, very easy. When you are from the police, from the judiciary, from the ministries, it's very easy for you to confirm whether the documents are legit or not. So this amounts to or makes us question, why is it that there are no ministry officials before this court? So for this court, this case to have weight, we were supposed to have the actual people who signed the documents available in the court answering for themselves. We were also supposed to have some ministry officials in the court to answer. Why is it that they accepted forged documents or documentation? Who facilitated this forgery? All these things must be asked, and the answers are needed if we are to deal with this issue in a different way. So this is what is happening. It's a moment of madness, but more importantly, this matter is now proceeding. We are seeing the trial kicking on. Then there is another issue. This case is going to be live streamed. It has never happened regularly in the nation of Zimbabwe to have criminal cases being live streamed, but it is going to be live streamed through ZTN. This is one of the critical moments, which means we'll be able to follow directly from our homes. We'll be able to follow this case and understand what is really happening, what is their defense, what are they going to say, whatsoever. So you'd see that if you look at the issues raised right here, critical issues raised, how do we address the issues of how is the court going to address the issue of infringement of rights about Vana Chimombe and Mpofu? How are they going to address this issue? Because there are people with more severe cases who are being granted bail. And also, this is very important. How do we consider, or how do we respond to or how will the prosecution argue about the defense outline which was presented? How are they going to argue about these issues? Because it seems as if the people they have in the dock might not be the rightful people to be there. They are claiming in their defense that it was done by some people, not themselves. For example, Moses Mpofu is claiming that there are other people who signed or who prepared these documents. And on the other hand, Mike Chimombe is arguing that he was never there from day one. He has never been there. So, this is a very, very said situation a very tough task for team prosecution right there. However, politics, makuwa politics, they're saying that team generally is now assisting or helping the juror. We do not know much about the details, but we'll be taking a look onto these issues so as to try and understand what is really happening, because this matter is political. The reason why I say it's political is because Chivayo, who was mentioned the same way these guys were mentioned, Chivayo, who does have audios which are there, is roaming around freely. No arrest, no questioning, no what. And, this then makes us question who is behind this, because they're claiming that there are several people, very powerful people, behind this whole issue. Another argument which was raised is that at first, the prosecution had consented to bail, but they withdrew their consent to bail. And that is another issue, which also the judge will need to look upon to say, if they had initially agreed to bail, why is it that they withdrew their consent to bail? Also, that issue will unearth if there is another hand, a shadow behind everything. So this is a very interesting case. We'll wait to see what is going to happen at this point in time. Remember, once they mention some cases in this High Court case, once they mention big names in this case, then it's all trouble everywhere. So we are going to wait and see if ever they are going to mention critical names. For example, are they going to, at any point in time, involve people like Wikino Chivayo or any other senior people? Are they going to implicate any of them, or are they going to mention their names? That is another issue which we are going to be looking along the lines to understand and see what is happening. Also, let us not forget that they talked about the issue of the guarantor. The guarantor in this matter is never been asked by the ministry to provide funds which were paid to Moses Mpofu's company, which means this matter was rushed before they followed the necessary steps required for it to become a criminal matter. So, the issue is not about the juror using the money or misusing the money. The issue is about fraudulently forging the documents of Zimra, etc. So it's a very interesting case which we will be following closely to understand what is really happening and what is going to happen. Munashe Matafsa says mbava hombe dzacho adzibatwe. Yes, I agree. Mbava hombe dzinongoramba dzichifamba dziri kunze. That is the cancer eating away Zimbabwe and its wealth. We hope and believe that these criminals who are eating away Zimbabwe piece by piece, we hope and believe that one day they will pay for their crimes and for their sins. It is what it is in Zimbabwe. This is what we have for you at this point in time. Let us meet in other episodes as well as other